Okay, so thank you again for joining us and welcome to our faithful viewers. And also thank you again to Patrice for helping everyone and also for being the man behind the scenes that helped put this whole channel together and our YouTube channel. And also Daryl, who encouraged me to build a YouTube channel 6 months ago because he said, you can do it yourself. And I said, it's a lot of work. And he goes, you can do it yourself. I said, it's a lot of work. He goes, get online. And then he grabbed my hand and he showed me how to build a YouTube channel. So we took action and we just made it happen. And it's been a journey. Digital Eagle was my pivot, polish, and plan during a pandemic. So we all have to pivot, polish, and plan. We're always evolving. We're always growing, and we're always taking wings and flying just like the eagles. Tonight's webinar is actually going to be about what we can offer you. So how can we be of service to our local viewers and people that have been chiming in and listening to us every Thursday night faithfully like clockwork since we started this? And basically how we can bring our skill set together to help everyone become more successful. Because the more we make others successful, the success is contagious and it spreads like wildfire, or like the blockchain. And I shouldn't say wildfire because that's not a good comment for right now. But it spreads like the blockchain, so because we're all interconnected. So we're going to get rolling, and thank you for people that are just joining us for this evening. Digital Eagle is a webinar series that focuses on how to help people in the areas of health and wellness, personal growth and development, the environment. We have to take care of Mother Earth, and now is the time. And trust me, God's hand is upon me because a lot of this came from messages that I was receiving from the universe, and I knew it was my time to step up and take action. Financial area, although I do not have a personally, I don't have a financial background. There's other people on this call that are trained in the financial industry, real estate. I was lucky enough to take a course back in about 20 years ago called Cash Flow with Robert Kiyosaki, where I learned a lot about investing in real estate with zero down. And I've always been somebody who has been in the real estate investment space, and I quite enjoy it, really love it. Humanity, that's definitely number one, right? Because we have to take care of the mindset of the people of this planet, because we have to stay positive, because we have to, especially during these challenging times and with the forest fires and churches being set on fire and with a lot of uncertainty and with the decentralization versus centralization and the dividing lines that is happening right now on the earth. We need to now more than ever stay together, stay focused, and be around people that you really want to, I call it winning at the game of life, but more so, it's not just about winning, it's about being at peace and creating that peace and that happiness and that joy, and also being able to attract people that are like-minded, that are actually giving back and do what they say they will do, and rolling up their sleeves to always help. And I think we definitely have a good community here. So it's definitely more than just a marketing company, it's an online venue. And the online venue may change from month to month, but the people stay the same, and the people that have been coming on have been new every single week. So it's really nice because once they come onto the webinar, they usually subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then we have what's called a really nice network of people that are like-minded. So yes, we are a group of entrepreneurs and we're giving back. We're just people helping people, and it's a winning formula. It's always a winning formula, because whenever you help somebody else, you'll always get helped in return. I always say, whatever you want more of, give more of. And Patrice actually designed these beautiful logos. So you'll see the eagle at the bottom, and then you'll also see the empowerment movement. So we're talking about branding, like every brand does tell a story. I think that the story that this brand tells is all about people, planet, prosperity, and also about coming together as a community. And basically, Digital Eagle, I don't want to talk too much about my bio, but basically I've done a lot of things in my life. I've worked in a university, I have 2 diplomas, I worked at a TV station, I ran pledge campaigns for the wildlife and for all of the animal campaigns for Knowledge Network. And I spent a lot of time in fine foods industry, worked with famous chefs and winemakers, I worked at Pitney Bowes of Canada and sell postage machines. I love anything to do with the investment industry, the health and wellness industry. I definitely am a creative thinker. I come up with ideas to collaborate all the time. Like Patrice, definitely have a creative mindset. Working on a few projects, including this webinar, as well as a Find, Fix, Flip project, and also educating people in different areas. And I'm a health and wellness enthusiast, and I give back consistently to help others. And I have volunteered at the Food Bank, Battered Women's Society, and also the Every Women's Day weekend workshops to help women reprogram themselves, especially if they had suffered any kind of type of abuse. So that's a bit about me, the things that you might not have known about me. And I do practice yoga and Pilates daily, plus speed walking. And I didn't know that speed walking is actually an Olympic sport. So there's a fact for you. And so that's me. And we put, working with Patrice closely, we put this webinar series together so that we could be of service to others and make a difference. And without going too much into myself, I would like to introduce Patrice, because he's going to talk on the area of marketing, because Patrice has not only does he have a creative mind, he has a huge heart, a wealth of knowledge in the health and wellness space. I know there's a lot of health and wellness enthusiasts on this call, and he's definitely a full creative marketing agency, complete graphic design services, full print services, promotional apparel, and I definitely have his hat, and it's got Bitcoin on it. It's really nicely designed. Professional photo editing and retouching, photography services, pre-press and printing consultant, technology research, and of course, like we said, health and wellness. And Patrice has been an amazing gift in my life, and I can't thank you enough, Patrice, for helping to build this series out. Not only are you fantastic, and in my humble opinion, an unsung hero in personal growth and development, and always healing people with not ever asking anything in return, and going out of your way to make a difference in people's life, because you genuinely care about your clients and the success of others. And also a cat man. And without further ado, and also has a lovely wife named Stephanie. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce Patrice and allow him to talk. It's a good time for me because my computer battery is running low. Got to plug this thing in. So take it away, Patrice, and thank you so much again.
Thank you very much, Melanie, for the great intro. And definitely, it couldn't be, this couldn't have happened without all your efforts as well. And it's really a pleasure to be part of this community. And hopefully we can be of service and graphic design. So it's definitely in my blood. I think my blood still smells like ink this many years later. My area of expertise were really in the technical parts, and as far as graphics go, I was an expert retoucher for many years and a graphic designer as well in the background to supplement the teams that I worked with. When I branched off onto my own, instantly it became a successful venture, as people really enjoyed the print products I was able to supply in a graphic design that was able to be produced through the company that I started here. We have grown since then, where we can actually pretty much offer anything a person requires for printing, including all types of apparel, from the standard stuff you see right up to very high-end quality apparels. All things for your marketing pleasures and marketing needs. We can actually create booths for you, pop-up banners, sandwich boards, all kinds of signages for your vehicles, car wraps, and businesses. Have all been taken care of through this company. So there's a wide range of experience here, and to make sure that we can deliver a product that serves your needs. I also work a lot with small business owners to help develop their brands as far as designing their logos, getting some marketing pieces out there for them. But once again, my background is mostly in graphic design and print. So this is where I am strongest and able to help anybody who requires any sort of assistance when it comes to getting something for their company or their brand. There's lots out there. It can be very confusing. And the Vista prints, a lot of times people get very disappointed by those companies. I know the company intimately, myself, coming back from Ontario. So A lot of people got tired of that. And it's actually doesn't work out to be any more expensive really when you hire a service to do it for you. So I hope to be of service to somebody. And once again, Melanie, thank you very much for the intro. And I'm pretty much done here, just showing the little things.
No worries. That's great, Patrice, that you've got all these brochures and everything on, and you know, I've already seen your apparel because I've worn your apparel. I had it up at the events when I was working with Neil, and everybody in the room was blown away by the apparel that you had created for us because of the taglines that you put on our t-shirts, because they were extremely impactful, and I really like them. And I think that it's a really great way to build a brand, is to have apparel and to have the swoosh and the logos, because the more times people see your brand, the more they really get to know what it's all about and the heart and soul of the brand.
Absolutely. And you touched on something really important here, the heart and soul of a brand. And this is where my company with the name Creative Integrity comes a little bit differently, actually, Melanie. It actually helps people develop their brand. So a lot of designers will actually take on a project, design a project, and actually keep the artwork for themselves and kind of license out and cause the client to pay for extra artwork and pieces, even though it was done. And it may not even reflect that company's intent. So it's very important to listen to the customer's need if they are developing a brand, and really understand where they're going with it, so that when you design a logo for them, it really represents who they are and the company needs. And I find that a lot of companies fall short on that service to the customers. Sorry, I forgot to mention that earlier.
No, that's a very good point. And you know what? Eventually, like, it's funny that you're mentioning this, because when we see billboards, when we see taglines, when we see anything, we resonate. Certain people will resonate with words, and there's always a play on words. And of course, me putting myself through this copywriting course, I'm coming to realize that the tagline is just as important as the actual image and the colors and the brand itself. But yes, getting really connected with your brand. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs that I've had the pleasure of meeting with in my life were always people that actually connected with their clients. They took time to spend time with their clients. Maybe it was going golfing, spending time having lunch, really getting to know who they are and making it all about them, not about themselves or their own brand, where it was egotistical, like, this is my brand and what I've created, and making themselves be better than somebody else. But being very humble and connecting with the people that actually believe and want their brand, because those are the people that are going to actually drive your brand. It's the people behind the companies that you're selling your services and your products to. And this is what I've realized. And that's why we cannot be duplicated. We cannot be replicated, because each one of us has a different skill set that we possess. And in talking about teams, I really feel blessed to be able to have such a great team. And that is, of course, yourself. And I don't see Wendy on the call tonight, but she is an intricate part of the team. I'm not sure if somebody wants to phone her and just check in to see if she's okay. Maybe Robert, you could do that for us and just see if she's coming on, or Kathleen, because I always worry about people during these times that are not on the call, and especially our core team members. But this is the thing. Behind every successful brand, there's always a successful team. When I went to go see Daryl Siegel yesterday in his office, his employees loved him. They treated him like a king. I never seen anything like it. And he must treat them very well. He must not only pay them well, but he must take care of them. I saw him feeding them and, you know, respecting them and being like, you know what, you're amazing and thank you so much. And I seen how he talked to them, and those people are never going to stop working for Daryl, because he's an amazing leader. For those that do not know Daryl Siegel, I was at his office yesterday and he may join us. His mother has not been well, so he's just visiting her in the hospital. So keep him in your mind and your hearts. But we're all here to help everyone with their brands, spreading the word and talking about people's brands. And we all have gifts. My gift is always bringing people onto webinars. So what I thought was, we have an idea. Not only do we want to help you with your branding, but we want to put together successful webinars for our clients. So what does that mean? That means that you could expect from our team that we can put together webinars for you where you can actually sell your products to clients, or just find new collaborators or joint venture partners. So I think that was it for you, Patrice, unless there's other stuff that you want to add. What's the best way for people to reach you? Do you like text? Do you like...
People can reach me either way. Text always works. I find that customers are very happy with using text as well as email. All transactions and proofs are sent through email already. But you know what? I'm a people person. I love to talk to someone. So if they want to call me up or have me call them, I'd be happy to do so. And you're right, Melanie, going back to the designer things. A lot of people who are creative will want to be recognized for their creative talents. And it may not be in the best interest of the customer in those things. And a lot of times I find myself picking up the pieces of bad interactions. So it's important that when a person does work for somebody else, that it is for somebody else and not for you.
Absolutely. And you know what? Every single person on this call, I want to make sure that you're appreciated. And Wendy, I just had somebody reach out to you because I worry if people aren't on the call, just because of challenging times that we're going through. And you know, Daryl's at the hospital visiting his mom. So we actually really do care about our clients. Like yesterday when I went to go visit Daryl, I made it all about him. I didn't make it all about myself. And, you know, he really appreciated that because I listened to his family story and really something good came out of it. Because he said, you know what, you're a digital marketing company. You guys could have your own product line. And I was like, I never really thought of that before. And then I talked to Patrice about it, and he's like, I like that idea. Daryl may join us actually in a little bit. And Wendy, it's great to see you on here. So we're just kind of doing an overview right now of our digital, we are your turnkey digital partners. So we're in this for you. And this is why we're here, because I feel that you, even though you are not directly a client of ours yet, we're all in this together. We're here to collaborate and have joint venture business partners and to create better lifestyles for one another. And it starts with health and creating a better atmosphere and a better place for people to come where they feel like you're always going to expect positive energy. There's no negative talk on this webinar series at all. There's never anyone swearing or being unprofessional. We're all people that roll up our sleeves to help everyone. So this week and next week are the two last calls for the summer, and then we're closing it down for the month of August, but not closing it down. We're just going to be taking that time to do special recordings for you and your brands. And so we're going to be doing live interactive one-on-one webinars for you and what you're doing. And the webinars, of course, coming in September are going to be all about our clients, and that's our vision. And I also have a dear friend of mine that I've known for 20 years. And Patrice, feel free to chime in anytime because I know marketing is your baby too. And you've already started working with Daryl. So Daryl's one of our partners and he's behind the scenes. He actually said, do I have to be on video? And I said, yeah. And he goes, can I put my cat on there? And I said, no, because he's a crazy cat man too, just like Patrice. But
nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing. The only thing missing in my life is a cat. No, just kidding. Well,
That can be arranged.
I have one that's found me, unfortunately. He likes to scratch up my patio furniture. So I've been spraying peppermint oil on the chairs and now he's using the wicker. I put wicker baskets out there for him. So now he's scratching up the wicker baskets instead. He actually tried to take down a raccoon the other day. Next time I'll get it on video. The cat and the raccoon were fighting and the cat was not scared. It was very magical. He was trying to actually make the peace with them. I should have had it on video. I don't know why I didn't video record it. But anyways, it was an interesting encounter. I just wish people could be more like animals, you know? They were trying to get along the best as they could.
A lot of humans may not bring out the best in the animal that they have inside of them. So
That's true. I need to be in the lakes more because I am a Virgo and that's mermaid after all, with the Leo rising. So I do have a bit of cat.
I don't know, we've got a lot of noise in the background, but if you don't mind, I'm just going to mute some people here to avoid too much noise. And yeah, Daryl's work is actually incredible. I've been dealing with Daryl for a little while now, and his talents are quite in depth when it comes to website design, SEOs, and it's a very good line of products that he has. He does his own hosting as well, which is a really good bonus.
And he's reliable. And
Yes.
Daryl's come to my rescue. So there's been 2 times in my life where I've been under attack online, cyber hacks, and it's happening now with banks. Not sure if you guys are following the news, but trying to keep it up and up here. But Daryl came to my rescue and he helped rebuild one of my websites, and he knows how to basically secure websites. And there's a lot of topics on here that he's a master in, but he's very humble, and he's not exactly a cameraman. So we can try to get him to put his glasses on and nerd it out with us, but he said he would be on here for Q&A.
Yes,
So
for questions and answers at the end if there are any, but we can speak for him. His services are pretty straightforward, but very in-depth, because there's a lot of technicalities when it comes to web development and making sure that your website ranks high, which is what everybody wants. Everybody wants their website to rank high and get lots of hits, but that requires a lot of work in the background to be able to do things like so.
absolutely. And he said he has no problems talking, but we're just going to put a cute little picture of Daryl on.
There you go.
I found this picture of you, Daryl, because I thought, you're not that nerdy. You're kind of a cute nerd. What are you talking about? So small business owner, father of 3 kids, has a lovely lady at home, expert at website design and digital marketing guru. And I say BC Web Solutions, and it's cut off at the bottom, but it's basically like, we're a great team and we are your digital marketing solution, right? Because we focus on hacking the webinars, building the websites, doing the creative design. And you've got Daryl, and he's got a wealth of knowledge. And Daryl, you could walk us through a little bit about what you're doing these days, and also about your BC Web Solutions company. And you can pretty much lead this however you see fit. And this is a great call here tonight for you.
All right. Sure, thanks. I don't know, I guess to keep it simple to start with, I've been in sales all my life, and I enjoy sales. And as I've evolved, I've realized that I can help business owners achieve their goals online by simplifying things.
Did you want to elaborate that on
Sorry, I actually muted him by accident. I'm wondering where all this noise is coming from. There we go. Found it. I'm so sorry, Daryl. I'm so sorry, Daryl. It was not you, but your name just popped up there, and I hit the mute by total accident.
Oh yeah, no problem. No, I did. Anybody catch that I'd been in sales for a while?
Yeah, we didn't miss very much, just a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been in sales for a long time, and I've worked with a lot of business owners now. Since 1998, I've been a website guy. So I've evolved with it from just doing simple markup websites to now online stores, and then, connecting all the dots, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, social media, explaining to business owners how they can use some of these options to gain more viewers and more clients, ultimately get the phone ringing. And I've been pretty successful with it. I've got lots of local companies that I work with in the Lower Mainland. I can give you examples of searches that you can do and see my clients at the top. Either they're paying for it, or they're in there organically, or their Google My Business page is in there. So lots of different things to connect yourself with online. And just depending on how much of it you can chew or take on, I help you deploy that.
Thanks, Daryl.
How'd that sound?
No, it sounds good. Your service has been excellent so far.
Mm-hmm.
The clients that we dealt with, so really happy to have you on board.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Daryl
was great. Like, this fellow was fixing my cabinets here in my condo, and he did a great job. His name's Ken. He's not a computer guy. I phoned Daryl and I said, Daryl, you got to help this guy build his own website, because he's working for this company and they take half of what he makes. I couldn't believe it. You got to build this man his own site. So he came over. Daryl met him in the kitchen. He got to know him. Turns out they know a bunch of the same people. It's already going to be a prosperous project. And Daryl basically saved the guy, I think probably $10,000, because he was going to trademark a business name and he was going to register it, and he was going to buy the .com domain, but he didn't need to do that. He just needed to buy a domain. So Daryl registered his domain on the spot. He came right to the site where he was and basically started building his website, and now is going to put all the before and after pictures up. But what I loved about Daryl was that he didn't overcharge him. The guy literally took out his checkbook and would have written him a check probably for $5K. And he was like, you know what? Daryl's like, no, I'm not going to overcharge you because I care. He cares about his clients. And so that's why I like working with Daryl. And Daryl, you are the boss, man. Come on. We already know you are. Resolutions. You got lots of happy customers.
A big thing about websites at my level is that if you are achieving an annual fee with your clients, or even a monthly retainer, or different ways that people want to work with you in terms of getting paid and so on, that's my carrot at the end of the day, is to have as many domain names in my realm and hosting as many domains as I can, and creating residual income.
And even maybe selling them one day. Like, Daryl helped me get this website domain called Branding Experts. And I said, I don't really want to run with that website until I make myself a branding expert. I need to build a few brands before I can go out tooting that horn. So it sat on the back burner. So we're going to be resurrecting it soon as we build just a few more brands here. And then we're going to put that baby up to snuff, because the name Branding Experts is a great name. You could walk away from a name and then come back to it, like Cabinet Recovery, and it could be worth, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, and then you could sell your domain. So that's another thing that Daryl can talk to you guys about. And what I think Daryl should probably explain for us is a few nerdy terms. So you could touch maybe on SEO and touch on what's the difference between an affiliate link and a hyperlink, if you would, or whatever comes to your mind, Daryl, that you think could help the average person online learn something that they didn't know about websites. Because I think a lot of us have had to wear a lot of hats as an entrepreneur. Let's face it, we're everything. We're secretaries, we're order takers.
Well, I'd rather have somebody else ask the question, but to answer that one quickly, an affiliate link is something like an Amazon link or a funnel link, where you're eventually trying to put somebody onto a shopping cart that you're going to turn around and get a piece of that sale if it turns into one. And through tracking software, that's achieved. And just a simple hyperlink where you go from page to page just either means that you connect to a website outside of your website, or a hyperlink will take you somewhere deeper inside your own website. So
Absolutely.
two different types of links.
Or linking them together. And like the difference between, of course, what I like to use landing pages for is it's almost like putting up a piece of artwork where you can capture people's information that's different than your website, that can be attached to what's a click funnel, which is basically a link that traps people into entering their information. It could be them signing up for a webinar, not to sell anybody something right away, but just to, obviously they were attracted to your ad, which is like a landing page. But does anyone have any questions here for Daryl? Because I don't want to be the one this is your time we're all nerding it out in a technical way here tonight. And Daryl's on here to answer questions for you. I've worked with Daryl for about 15 years now. So since 2009. So almost 15 years, but not quite. And Robert, I know, wants to touch on software and affiliate marketing, but we're going to save Robert till the end. But Robert, you can also ask questions too. This is your time, guys. Don't be shy. Put up your hand, put it in the chat box, take the floor. You can mute me anytime. Just give me the old nudge. Raymond.
Yeah, I'd like to welcome Rochelle Bromley to the webinar and introduce her to everybody. She has some expertise in SEO, and I thought she'd be interested in seeing what Daryl had to talk about. So hello, Rochelle. Nice to see you. Hello there in Idaho.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, Rochelle.
Thank you.
Welcome.
We're nerding it out this evening. You got Daryl time, and we definitely are in the business of giving out referrals as well. We're going to give, before this webinar is over, everybody will have a chance to introduce themselves, because we do have a referral program. We always reward everyone for referrals, and we can talk to you guys about that after, but please go ahead for any questions for Daryl. Or if you want to say a few words.
If anybody's got questions for me as well that I can answer, I'd be happy to do so
Absolutely.
as well.
As well.
Keep the
Yes, I'm
conversation
sorry,
going.
Patrice.
Oh,
I
it's
just
all
Yeah.
good. It's all
to
good.
not include you.
That's all good.
I got a question for Daryl. Once you get up there in terms of SEO, how much work is it to stay up there?
Well, it really the first piece of SEO is like, are you competing at a top level, or are you competing geographically, and what kind of a service or product are you? So, may I ask what your product or service is, sir?
I got a bunch of them, and
Well, give me an example.
I'll give you an example. I have a digital HVAC modeling service.
Okay. So HVAC, and then what did you say after that?
Modeling. So we build graphical database representations of physical heating, ventilating, and air conditioning systems ductwork to
Okay.
help coordination with other trades inside a building.
Okay, so you help plan out the HVAC for a building. Would that
Yeah,
be a
the
simple way of
designer
saying it?
the designer puts his intent on paper, and then we interpret it and coordinate with the other trades like electrical, data, plumbing, fire protection, all that stuff.
Fantastic. And do you do it on a state level or a country level? What are your aspirations there?
I'm international.
Okay, where do you primarily do business?
Primarily in the United States, but I can also do business in Canada, and I'm originally from the UK, although I haven't been back there to do any work or really even tried, but I certainly could.
Right.
The
Well,
the Atlantic
you're
Ocean's not the Atlantic Ocean's not a barrier to me
yeah,
digitally.
but you're clearly up to date on codes and everything that's applicable in the US, and whether that's on the East Coast or the West Coast makes no difference to you.
Correct.
Okay.
And we work
Well,
very closely with contractors who keep right up to the minute on codes, and even are able to advise on what the local inspectors will and won't accept.
perfect. Okay. Well, it still goes to say that you can do business anywhere. Geographically speaking, if you were, say, a hot tub company or an outdoor furniture company, you would be competing to start with in a geographical sense because
True.
you have a storefront. Because you don't have a storefront, I guess the next thing that I would say to you is it better for you to work with one client or 10 clients, or do you have to keep working one off, so you need new blood all the time? Can you nurture your customers to get repeat business out of them, or, like I said, does it have to all be new business?
No, to this point, I have worked almost exclusively with one particular group of people like myself,
Yeah.
and we work as a team.
Yeah.
And I also, for about 5 years, was a very physical presence in the city of Denver. Member of the Chamber of Commerce, and did a lot of big name local projects.
Okay, so just a couple things that would happen because of that is if people were searching for your service in the Denver area, and you were part of the Chamber of Commerce, and let's say you've got your HVAC service in your name as well, somebody doing HVAC, the service, and Denver would probably lend itself well, because you're getting backlinks from the Chamber of Commerce and other local entities there. Maybe you advertised in the local yellow pages or Google online, whatever. but that could lend itself well to you and lend itself well to you being sprouted out from Denver, including the fact that you might have Denver mentioned on your website as your contact address.
Right. I was
So
advertising in something called the Blue Book at one point, and I was
Yep.
also a member of the Association of General Contractors.
Okay. Well, some of these things are what's going to give your website some legs, and longevity of a website, as well as any readership that does happen on it, is all being measured. So when you're up against somebody in Google results, here we come back to the beginning, when you're being measured against other Google results, the algorithm is very deep. There's several factors. The ones that I think are important are content equaling search, for one. Excellent. That's very important. You have to have the content to equal any search. Somebody types in HVAC dealer of a particular brand. If you don't have that mentioned on your website, don't expect to be found for it.
Sure.
But then when you're talking about who's achieving those top level results, you do have to then sort of even look at your competition and say, well, if I was on this website, how much time would I spend on their website versus mine? And if they've got something that I don't, and it's relative to what I want to be showing up for, well, then you, not to say copy them, but I am saying copy them.
Model them.
Yeah, model them. There you go. There's a more appropriate,
To quote
quote
Russell Brunson, model them.
Exactly. So
hack them.
Yeah, there you go. So, when people, when rich and famous or whatever people, they do model other people, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what, Daryl, I'm working on my own website right now using Weebly, and I'm working with a gal on the East Coast. But when we're done, I will reach out to you and see what we can do with Denver.
Yeah. Okay. And then Weebly itself, just like WordPress, just like Shopify, just like Dunda, there's several different content management systems out there. I do prefer to use WordPress myself, but Weebly, Squarespace, all of these guys are all biting for the same piece of pie out there in terms of your content management system. And Weebly versus one other one, go ahead.
I'm not a techie, so I hate WordPress.
Oh, okay. Well, WordPress is not very technical, actually, but that's all in the eyes of the beholder, right? And then it depends. If you're working with somebody that can do the updates for you, then all you got to do is come up with the ideas, and I can help you get them on screen.
Well, it's do it yourself as far as updates goes. The lady that's hosting it, she uses Weebly for hers, and so my website's kind of under her umbrella. That's why we settled on that. And she showed me how to use it, so I'm functional. Whereas in WordPress, I'm just lost.
Well, it's all relative to whether you're using something or not. I mean, everybody sits down at a Windows 10 and they can do all the things that they need to do to read their email or do this function or that function on a computer. But if you don't do something like a WordPress or whatever on a regular basis, you might not get really good at it. But the premise of a website is very simple, like a document. There's going to be a title to the page. There's going to be the subject of the page. There's going to be the headlines of the page. There's going to be the content, some pictures. And if you just look at it straightforward as rows, columns, and just keep that mindset.
The goal of my website is like a landing page and a long form video sales letter, because I've got so many services. I'm not just in construction, I'm in insurance, I'm in multi-level marketing
Excellent.
for products and services.
Well, if you have landing pages and then you have videos, and as Robert's going to allude to later here, potentially like a funneling system where, you know, at the very least, we should all be trying to build a mail list and be continuously dripping on our clients or our potential clients.
I use Get Response.
Yeah, Get Response or MailChimp, and like what Robert does with ClickFunnels. There's more than one way to look at any potential endeavor for sure.
Yeah, I've parked my ClickFunnels account. I'm not presently using it.
I would say that you can achieve a lot of things that get done that way, but when you do use ClickFunnels, there's an automation that kicks in after you know somebody has been procured, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting from that standpoint, but it has to make sense for everybody. And I always like my hot tub outdoor furniture client. If you were to type in outdoor or hot tubs and anything to do with Abbotsford or Burnaby, you'd find my Bishop Center website.
I can put it in the chat, Daryl, if you want to type it to me.
No.
Okay.
Just if you do a search for hot tubs, Abbotsford or Burnaby or whatever, that's just a geographical search. But what I was pertaining to there, I lost my train of thought, was that you can always spend more on online marketing when you've got a little bit bigger cost per ticket.
Yeah.
Like an HVAC design, I can imagine, is a very expensive ticket. Sometimes people have come to me and said, well, I want to make this $5 widget popular. And I say, well, I mean, good luck. Try and get that $5 widget in front of 100,000 people, because that's what it's going to take.
Yeah, I bid a job this week, $75K.
Yeah. Well, I sell roofs too, and I just sold 2 roofs for about 45K in the last couple of days. So
yeah,
I love the higher ticket items. It makes it a lot easier, and
for sure.
And when you're selling somebody like that a website, it's easier to talk about return on investment.
It is. I've got a high ticket stock option coaching offer that is 10,000 pop for a year's coaching.
Perfect.
So, you know, you only have to sell 10 of those to do 100K, and that's a good income for a year for anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And that, I think something like that would lend itself well to a ClickFunnel like Robert's going to talk about.
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing it back once things pick up here. It's been a bit of a desert for the last 9 months, so I just parked it, but they know I'm coming back.
Excellent. Excellent.
I just archived everything and said, you know, I'm going to take a little hiatus.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Raymond, for that. Does anyone else have any questions? I am terribly sorry I forgot to ask if you had questions for Patrice as well. See, for folks that came on late, you missed the beginning part of this program, but I'm going to be emailing it to everyone. Speaking of lists, I am the queen of lists. I have a list for every category you can possibly think of, and probably about 150,000 contacts in these lists. I'll be talking to all of you guys about that. And not too sure whose dog is barking, but I'm just going to make sure we mute everything.
Those were my dogs. Sorry.
Oh, they came to give you some good energy, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll mute myself.
That's okay. You're actually still technically sort of presenting, but Daryl and Patrice and myself were on a webinar earlier today, and we said, and Daryl, you're still open for Q&A, and I'm going to get to that, and also Patrice as well. So we were on a webinar, and we thought, how can we help this community? Like, we see all the different marketing materials out there and the different online services that people have. We have a special offer for you because we've actually designed a turnkey marketing solution, digital marketing solution for every single one of our members. And what does that look like? It's basically, we pack your webinar. So whatever industry in, we find your target buyers. We say on average, getting people on a hot, sunny day to come onto a webinar, you're looking at probably 20 people max during the summer. That's what I've seen anyways. Sometimes I can get it up to 50, it depends. But you'll also get a unique logo design from Patrice. So if you take a look at the Digital Eagle logo and the Empowerment logo, those are his designs, and I think they're absolutely stunning. Website and hosting package. So you get Daryl. We'll do a package up for you that includes a website plus hosting for 1 year and SEO, as well as Google AdWords. You get 12 hats with your branding, a 12 pack with front embroidery with print on back, or front embroidery, pardon me, only. So you get business cards printed 2 sides, full color, 1,000 delivered, and you get 3 partners working with you. So you get the help of myself, you get the help of Patrice, and you get the help of Daryl to help you grow your business. And you can choose any of these services, of course. It's totally up to you if you do need our services. And if you don't need our services, maybe you just love us and you want to send us referrals, and we're happy to give you a referral fee for those too. So we can, and we're here to service you and whatever your specific needs are. So what this package here looks like, it's about a $5,000 value because I've actually researched what other people are doing in this category, because we actually are getting you clients for your business. And that's my specialty. But basically we would be doing it for $24.99, which in my humble opinion is actually, and I'm sure Robert can speak to this, it's underpriced, but we're doing it because we care about the people in this community, and we want to continue to build your brands and build our brand. And we only can make our customers successful if we make you successful. So we only become successful if we make you successful. So that's by helping others. And so yeah, you just wouldn't want any stranger in India handling your brand. Not to say that people in India do bad work by any means, but it's nice to talk with people who are local, and who knows what the world is going to go through in terms of changes. I did have somebody from India doing my work for a while, and then he just disappeared. I couldn't get a hold of him, and I tried everywhere to find him, and I know the money I was sending him was helping him to feed his whole family, and that's why I was doing it. But I like working with local people and building local brands and building legacies together, and us creating this beautiful formula where we can all be winning and helping one another. And at this point in time, I'm going to just basically let you guys know that the referral will always be, like, if you send referrals to any of us, it'll always be rewarded, and it will never go unnoticed. And we're happy to give you referrals back and all that good stuff. So that's our promise, and we're sticking to it. And that being said, I know I've personally done a lot of talking. Patrice has done a lot of talking. It is 5:48, so almost 6 o'clock. And we want to wrap up this portion of the webinar series around 6. Does anyone have any questions for myself, for Patrice, or for Daryl, the 3 speakers that came on tonight?
Sure, I do. Can you hear me?
We can, Robert.
Awesome. Daryl, so you're hosting right now websites? I'm just wondering how many or how they're being hosted or anything to do with that regard.
I think Daryl actually isn't on the webinar anymore.
Oh yeah, he jumped off.
He hosts, I can speak on this on his behalf because I know his company quite well. So he hosts, I'm going to say thousands of clients with their web domains. His company is BC Web Hosting Solutions. And it's good timing for you, Robert, because I know that you had something to say about affiliate marketing and you're excited to share a software program with us. And we're happy to have you speak in just one moment here. Obviously Daryl's popped off the call. I can try to text him to see if he'll come back on, but any more questions?
I would like to know in the future, when you have referral fees, how much the referral fee is. It's good to tell the number for
It really
potential for people to decide, oh, okay, I'll get, $500 or how much for referring a customer to you.
It really depends on the amount of the contract. So for example, oh, Daryl's coming back on. For example, this is your show. This is like a showstopper. I know that's like such a shopping channel term, but this is a deal that we put together for you guys that is, in my opinion, is underpriced. So it really depends the size of the contract, but typically personally, I pay 10% referral fee for a big client. Like I was with Daryl Siegel yesterday. Lo and to behold, my surprise, he's definitely interested in having Patrice do some designs for his brands and have Daryl do the website for one of his brands. So we will be having a meeting with him over the next week. But to my surprise, he literally offered me a white label product at no cost that I could brand for this project and sell. So Patrice has some creative ideas around it, and I wasn't expecting that. I just went to go visit Daryl and show up in his office, give him a bit of TLC because his mother's been in the hospital, and I actually really care about Daryl because he's such a vibrant person and also doing a lot of stuff in the world to help with the empowerment movement. So he was over the top with us girls showing up there. Actually, Aura came with me, but he definitely was really quite impressed with me, and he was happy to work with Daryl and with Patrice, and of course with myself. I'm doing some branding for his product lines. So Patrice, Daryl, and myself formed a little bit of a partnership today. So this is just a little package, like a turnkey package, but you may need some of these services, but not all. And you may say, hey guys, I found you a big ticket client who's willing to pay, because this is just a price for only this community. Anybody outside of this community would be getting a higher price for these services, actually. But Daryl's services are definitely affordable more than most. And Daryl, there's some pictures that you, sorry, there's some questions that Robert had. If you unmute yourself, you want to go ahead, Daryl?
Yeah, so basically, Daryl, I'm just wondering, do you host the websites yourself?
Yeah.
You have the servers?
Yeah.
Okay, and then so they can handle larger traffic if necessary?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, and which country are they hosted in?
They are hosted in Texas.
Oh, nice. Texas is a quite more neutral jurisdiction in the States.
For sure.
That's cool. So Melany, this is absolutely a steal of a deal indeed. I've seen even just one category here cost usually more than that, the website and hosting package, not even including a SEO, which is usually an add-on on top of, easily $3,000 to $5,000 just to build a plain website. Without any search engine optimization, no ongoing advertising or of any kind. Here you got t-shirts and business cards and physical tangible stuff in your hand, as well as a logo design that I've seen even cost sometimes upwards of $1,000 in and of itself. So this is a good deal. It's like a teaser deal. What I would recommend is maybe put a deadline on it so that there's like up to a certain date that you can get this price, and or increase the price to $3,000 and then offer a $500 referral fee, referral reward that you can advertise up front. So you can tell people, bring me your friends, I'll give you $500 before the price goes up to a certain amount, blah, blah, blah. So
That's a great idea. Thank you for considering that. Patrice, do you have any comments about that?
No, it's true. A lot of people charge a lot of money for logos, and that's the artist and them coming out. For me, it's literally how much time does it get me to get you to a product that you're happy with. I only charge my labor, which is $50 an hour, and you own your files. It's straightforward. If you want them, you get them. So I'm quite different than the average designer out there and print provider, because I've seen a lot of stuff in the industry that just don't make me happy. And I think working out of integrity will always work in your favor down the road. So.
It's true. You also get what you pay for too. And I've seen actually look at the quality on your own. You can judge the quality of the two logos in the corners. Very impressive. The quality of the T-shirt stuff. It's top of the line. So you're actually getting top quality with Patrice, as well as really, really fair pricing, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can get top quality or standard stuff as well. Like the whole gamut is available when it comes to products. There's so many different tiers. It's just really finding out what the client's budget is and trying to work within that.
I would
Yeah.
like to give a shout out back to Patrice, because I do have to say, from my own experience, I've experienced quite a surprise working with Patrice on a couple marketing projects I've done myself. As where, for instance, I would ask for, let's say, a marketing flyer to be done up. And I asked for 3 flyers, and instead I got back 6 flyers. And not only that, usually a designer will give you maybe 1, maybe 0 revisions. He did what felt like unlimited revisions. So that's not typical in the industry. Even just doing 2 or 3 would be standing out among the crowd. So I got to give props back to Patrice. He definitely goes overboard, above and beyond. And not only that, he could basically charge the high end of the spectrum, and he's at the low end.
Absolutely. And then also too, like, a lot of people have these amazing brands, but they don't know how to go about getting clients. And that's something that I can definitely with. And also getting people on the webinars for you, or even with the creative writing. I love actually to do the creative writing. So, I mean, Patrice is your design man. And in my humble opinion, you won't find a better designer, and just saying. And I'm so impressed with his work that he's done. And I have a gallery of his work that he's done with this particular project, which Daryl is going to be putting onto the Branding Experts website, and also giving that website a complete makeover. So once we finish up the Branding Experts website, we'll send it to all of you guys so you can take a look at a recent project. And also, what I wanted to quickly say was that we're going to do this promotion. We'll just do it for the summer. So for folks that just logged on and missed the beginning portion, this week and next week are our 2 last webinars of this type for the summer. Then we're going to take a break for August, come back after Labor Day, but I will be doing one-on-one recordings with people, and they will be going onto our YouTube channel. And all I wanted to say was thank you so much for listening. And this webinar series is a collaboration. It's a collaborative model. So you can become a speaker. Your message can be shared with 111 people who have subscribed already to our YouTube channel, which is a low number, but it's continuing to grow. If you want to reach us, we can give you our contact information. We can drop it in the chat, or you can just literally reach out. I will be emailing this recording to every single person who is on this evening, but also to all the people that were on the previous webinars, which we've had lots since April. We've had quite a few webinars that have been quite successful. So we'll be sending those out to our entire database and network. And also pleased to let you guys know that we will also be adding some updates through the summer to our Telegram chat and our Facebook chat. If you haven't already added yourself to those chat groups, you're more than welcome to do so. Please reach out to me, and I'll be kind to add you to those. And of course, ask questions at any time. We're going to ask a few more questions, and then we're going to wrap up this portion, because I know people have to get on to other projects. And then we're just going to go straight into a bit of social time. And then what we're going to do is allow people to also go to breakout sessions. So the breakout sessions will occur probably quarter to 7. People will be onboarding people to other breakout sessions. And I know Robert will be talking about that as soon as we wrapped up this portion of the webinar. So this is my time to just quickly ask if you guys have any questions for Patrice and for Daryl before we go into the next portion. Any hands or speak?
Very great presentations. Thank you guys for doing that. I just like to add, I do have also a course I've put together with an academy that I've come across that is second to none in terms of e-commerce. If anyone is looking to put a store online, their own shop, it could be physical products or digital products. You can set up your own e-commerce store. That's the direction the world is heading in. For the last 10 years, if you haven't noticed, brick and mortar stores are going out of business while everyone is transferring online. And that was even before this latest wave of people staying at home. So realize that we teach how to set up a shop with short, simple, easy videos, step-by-step videos. Your homework is to actually have the shop working and making a first sale. So you're earning while you're learning how to set up your shop. There's like 500 videos, step-by-step, every single thing you got to click, what to do next to set up the whole shop. And it's extremely affordable in terms of running the shop, as well as the course itself. It is, such courses can cost easily $10,000 just to teach you how to do it on your own. This one is just below $300. So if you're interested in something like a Shopify store and you want to learn how to do it, we even have a section that it will help you figure out what product to use. If you don't have an idea which one will probably sell better, we have a separate section that does that for you. So that's an e-commerce shop. As Daryl alluded to earlier, I also do have a software I'm creating myself with another partner that is actually the ClickFunnels killer. Because ClickFunnels, so many websites use it now that Google actually penalizes you if they see in your domain ClickFunnels. So they actually put you on a lower ranking because of that now, thinking, okay, you're selling something. So yes, they look at what Daryl said, the content matches the search, but also are you giving out free content or are you just trying to sell a product? So they'll penalize you lower down the list if they see that you even have ClickFunnels, which is expensive. It can cost $300 a month to run that. My software does not cost $300 a month. It's actually 90% cheaper than that. And it does everything ClickFunnels does and more. So that's something that we're excited to. We'll be rolling out publicly very shortly.
Thank you so much, Robert. And I was just typing in this chat here for everybody. I know a lot of people haven't had a chance to speak yet, and I feel kind of bad about that. Like we've been hogging the microphones because we got new folks on. We got Jay, we've got Barry, we've got Richard. You're kind of a regular now. We've got Rochelle, of course. You guys are welcome to ask questions. Kathleen, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're on the East Coast, so it's getting a little late for you. Guys, it's okay. You can interrupt us. Let us know if you have questions about anything we've shared here with you this evening. And if you want a copy of this video, I can send it to you, but it will also be posted onto our YouTube channel. And if you have any after parties that you want to invite people to, you can feel free to post those links in the chat here, because I know Robert is happy to give you a presentation on the software that he just spoke about. So Robert, you can feel free to type your Zoom link in the chat group if you're going to be hosting that after this call, and people can just join you there. Questions? If you do, just type your name in the chat, raise your virtual hand. If not, I'm going to stop this portion of the recording.
I guess if anyone's watching the recording and they want to get a hold of me, they can just go to robertpatek.com and set up a call with me one-on-one for a free, no obligation, 100% no obligation call. So that's Robert Patek, RobertPatek.com, robertpatek.com.
And Robert, is there some sort of code or anything that you want to use to track the people that are coming from our YouTube channel? Because I'm going to be growing it like crazy over the summer.
We'll be actually implementing it through the software itself, so it'll take care of all of that. But for now, if anyone does reach out to me, I do ask them how they found me.
I absolutely love the sounds of that. And will you be doing a presentation for folks this evening? Are you
I'm considering it. We can do a Q&A for sure.
Okay.
And next time I can actually prepare some slides, which will be more to the point, explaining, like, for example, showing the difference between a high ticket item and a low ticket item. What are the pros and cons of each, and the degree of difficulty and stuff like that. Sometimes you might want to sell a high ticket item for a low ticket price. That's something that I do, and I can share with you too.
Yeah, no, that's great. So what I'll do is I'll just stop the recording then if there's no questions. And then what we'll do is we'll go into what's called social time. It gives everybody a chance to talk in more of a casual fashion, because some people don't like to be recorded, and I'm respecting that. So thank you again for everyone, and for your time, and for all the effort that's gone into building this out, and for your participation over the last few months. please keep in mind, next week you won't want to miss, because we are going to be having everybody on that's been with us since April onto the webinar next week, and hopefully a few more guests as well, new people, and then everything will be then recorded onto our YouTube channel. But I will be conducting live one-on-one sessions with people in various topics and covering the Wonder Wheel, which we did not go into detail with, but it's basically covering topics of humanity, the environment, real estate, finances, personal growth and development. And, you know, this is the matrix. So we're in it right now. We're living the matrix. So you can take the red pill or you can take the blue pill. You can take both and see what happens. But either way, you've got to make some moves. So the choices are up to you. Instead of watching movies and watching the media and watching everything that's going on in the world right now, plug yourself into a positive mindset. Your thoughts create your destiny. They create your reality and your future. So what's ever going on in here is going on in your outside world as well. So make sure that those thoughts are filled with creative visions for the future. And definitely we're in a digital time. So let's get digital, let's fly like eagles. So without further ado, I'm just going to stop this recording.